The Patriots. There we go. The Patriots and Giants team preview edition of the Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you use my promo code BOMBS. And now, with that, we will say...
Bring me everyone.
What do you mean, everyone?
You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you. But you don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum. Put that on camera. You're a creep.
I'm Lou Holtz, and you're listening to the Man and the Box and the Bottom Line Bombast. Good luck to you.
Welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, the Laddie Daddy, the Bet Detective. Scumbagger Vance, CJ Sullivan. The Man in the Box coming to you live from Eagle Rock, California on a hot day. It's Wednesday to do broadcasting live. So if you're listening over on X or anywhere like that, hop on over to the YouTube channel so you can join the chat. Like it's already blowing up, like Feach and Steve are in there. How about them Giants? You bet your ass. I know. We do have a New York Giants preview coming up on the second half of the show. We're going to start off with the New England Patriots. I have two guests. The great Bill O'D, owner and general manager of the Cincinnati Deers, three-time champions of CCFL, Pats enthusiast. He'll be coming on first. And the Giants guest, listen, I tried to get my Uncle Kevin. Things weren't working with that. I couldn't even get connected on the birthday call with him. Usually a birthday, he gets one birthday call. You know, I call him, he wasn't there. He called me back the next day. That didn't happen. So then we decided, all right, we'll try again next year. I mean, we'll pick it up. He'll do some shit talking during football season and stuff like that. But you bet your ass I tried to get him, and hooking him up for a call like this would have been damn near impossible, as you all know. See generates from the things you have heard about him. But we do have Ryan Kramer coming on here. He, of course, of the Sports Gambling Podcast. He just happens to be in the office, so he filled in a pinch. I couldn't get Steffi Smalls, even though we were in Vegas together on the weekend with everyone else. Literally, table next to her, doing our show simultaneously. And somehow our schedules still didn't make up. But that's neither here nor there because you guys are here in the chat. What's up there, Stephen A? You get it. What's up? Stevie Elridge. New England native living in North Carolina. Now, he says he's going to need to hear nothing but good news about this year's Patriots team. Well, they got a lot of hype. We'll see what my man Bill O'D has to say. We'll talk there in a second. But first of all, let me lock in tight because we're going to be coming in tight. You see, I'm rocking a Cracker Barrel hat again. I had a 2-day journey where this was a collector's item, where they got rid of the old logo. Now they went back. But I think C-Generates, my Man in the Box video about it, made them switch. I moved the needle. They must have heard. Not that I wanted them to go back. I just didn't think there was actual outrage. I get why they caved and like, you know what? Let's just go back to the old logo because these guys they're like children screaming about a damn logo. Now when I wear this, I get a lot of looks and a lot of aggressive, especially here in Los Angeles. Now it's basically a MAGA hat now, Cracker Barrel. Like I said last time, I don't speak politics, nor do I even come up, but I do lean heavily right when it comes to breakfast. I am biscuitly conservative, if you will. Libtards don't do breakfast. Conservative Republicans, I said, you got Fox News on there. You got a newspaper with ink on the market, you're going to get a damn good breakfast. So I always, my political affiliations towards breakfast leans right. Now the logo, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, but Man in the Box put out a video with things about the logo and a Cracker Barrel, and they caved back. I get it. It's so damn stupid. We're the dumbest. We're in the dumbest generation and era time period of all time. The White House is tweeting out images of Trump on the Cracker Barrel thing with "Go woke, go broke." What the? Oh man, I was going to say something. What the? You know what? I'll say it because I have the apology button. What the fuck are we doing as people?
And once again, we apologize for CJ's language.
Again, anyway, I'm wasting time because we have a big show today. New England Patriots, New York Giants. I got a great guest to bring to you last year's Patriots promo. But first, let me tell you about our amazing merch sale that's going on right now. I got a graphic for this too. Boom, since it's football season. That's right, football's back, and so is our amazing merch sale. 25% off everything in the merch store with the promo code FOOTBALL. So make sure to check out some Bottom Line Bomb, some Man in the Box merch, Bet Detective merch. It's all in there. Promo code FOOTBALL, 25% off. That's great. SGPN also launched their NFL Survivor contest, which is a $100 entry, winner take all. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/Survivor. If you're new to Splash Sports, promo code finals for $10 credit. How about that? Not too shabby. All right. Well, that's enough of that nonsense, and let's get right into it. Let's talk some do I have a New England Patriots song? I don't even know. Well, I guess I do.
America, fuck yeah, coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah.
Just like that. Let's bring him in. Bill O.D., New England Patriots fan. There he is. Yes. What's up, sir? Oh, I have a caption for you as well. I forgot. Look at that. Bill, can you hear me, buddy?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you perfectly. Thank God. Great connection here. Great Pats shirt, by the way. And Pats, I love the old Pats logo. You'll be seeing more of that. Look at that.
Yeah. I
Reminds
feel a
me
little
of
silly.
Reminds me of Hugh Millen, your Irving Fryers, your Andre Tippett's of the world.
Yeah. I feel silly wearing all this fan gear, though.
No, yeah, because when people look in, especially when this becomes a clip later or they watch it later on, because this goes on forever. You're online. They're gonna know. Oh, that's the Patriot guy. He's wearing Patriot things. Yeah, so they know he must have. Yeah.
Felt like I should put these clothes on for the show.
Absolutely. Listen, I appreciate it. We all know. I just saw you. You were just out here in Los Angeles for our draft weekend. As you see on a ticker, you're the owner of the three-time CCFL champion Cincinnati Deers, and several back Irish and Pat tattoos that you might be a little regrettable, just to give you some authenticity of why you are a New England enthusiast, and an expert, if you will.
And my brother once made love to a gal in a porta potty at Foxborough Stadium.
Wow, look at that. That's interesting. And that is love. That's for sure love. That's old Foxborough, not old Sullivan Stadium?
Nope, the old stadium.
That's a shame.
What happened was it was cold game, and he met these gals that were in front of them and in their seats, and he started and they were getting friendly, and he put his hands up her shirt from behind.
For warmth?
Yep. And then that one thing led to another. And they took it down to the concourse level, to the porta potty. Yeah. And I don't want to kiss and tell on his behalf, but he said, it's tight in there. So in order to make the thing happen,
right,
she had to go down towards the bowl, and he stood upright, and she bent down towards the bowl.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's tight in there in the porta potty, not in the other region. I imagine in someone of their not being tight. Commenter Channing Brown says that's a Boston rite of passage. Says
it's like the Mile High Club for Patriots fans.
Hitter in the shitter, as they say up there in the New England area. Well, that's exciting. So you got to be excited about these New England Patriots this year. Let's see what happened here. Last year they were 4-13, utter disaster. Just a quick macro recap. You had Jared Mayo replacing Belichick. It did not go well. And they didn't waste any time getting rid of that nonsense. They brought in Mike Vrabel. So that's got to be exciting.
Well, they have two similar guys, former great Patriots at the linebacker position, right? Both well-respected within the
pass
organization.
linebacker. Sure.
It just seems that after Gerard Mayo, the people in New England like Mike Vrabel better, despite their very similar resumes.
Right. Yeah.
Their resumes are very similar, but for whatever reason,
yeah. Why do you think that would be?
Fans like Mike Vrabel better than Gerard Mayo.
Can't put your finger on it. Why Boston
I can't put my finger on it, but
yeah,
they seem to really like Vrabel. They did not like Gerard Mayo.
Well, the coaching resumes certainly aren't the same. As Vrabel had a lot of success in Tennessee, but you have Josh McDaniels, an offensive coordinator. He's fine as an offensive coordinator, not as a head coach, not as a leader of men like Mike Vrabel is. But he coached up Drake May. He coached up Mac Jones for his best year of his career. So I have faith in Josh McDaniels. Terrell Williams. Let's see. So they went 4-13 last year. Their offensive line, not good, I would say that, but they did draft Will Campbell, 4th overall. Apparently, he has short arms. That's the knock on him. Short arms. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Maybe he can hold and get away with it. I don't know.
It's not a good thing. You think they would have come across that in the pre-draft workouts?
Right? Don't they measure
small arms?
Yeah, don't they measure them at the combines with the tape and all that? It's like a cattle call.
I don't know how that was overlooked, but it puts him in the conversation with other well-known people with short arms.
Okay.
I'm talking about Matthew McConaughey, notoriously small arms, short arms.
No, I did not know that.
Rami Malek, very short arms.
He's a short guy. But
Mark Hamill, very short arms.
Now, those are all.
And who could forget Dustin Hoffman? Extremely short arms. See, all these people have one thing in common: that's short arms.
Wow.
Only
Well,
one
they're
of
all
them is in the NFL.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they're all talented in what they do, but do any of those other ones that you just mentioned ever play offensive line in professional football?
No,
they do not. They're theater actors, right?
Yes.
McConaughey played a coach in We Are Marshall. That's about it. But
So my insiders tell me that he won't be long at that blind spot position.
Right, they're probably gonna have to move him to the short arms, so they have to move him to guard, I guess, which is weird that they didn't split the number 4th pick. But they brought in Morgan Moses and Garrett Bradbury or whatever. I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's going to be trouble. May was in a lot of pressure last year. It doesn't look like a change, but if he's got protection, things look good for him. What do you think about old Drake May?
Well, I saw one of the best NFL football games of the year last year, live and in person. The Patriots at the Bears. And in that game, I think he threw for maybe 112 yards, 2 picks, no touchdowns. He looked good. So all I've seen from him is he's, as you would say, arrow pointing up.
Arrow pointing up. It can only go one direction with Drake May. Now he showed some signs. He also showed a lot of people are really hyped up on these Patriots. I guess it's because they're able. They spent a lot of money. I mean, they have Stephon Diggs. They drafted Trayvon Henderson. He looks fantastic. I know you wrapped him up in our draft recently.
Very high on my board.
Yeah, very high on your board. The old Buckeye. He looks great. Hunter Henry's back in town. I expect him to be a little sleeper. He's my backup tight end there. Diggs looks okay in training camp. Then you have Douglas. Then they drafted a couple of rookie receivers as well. I'm a little worried about their weapons, to be honest with you, others than Trayvon Henderson.
Yeah, well, it's all going to come down to this fella Diggs. Stephon Diggs.
Right.
One day you hear he looks great. The other day he looks disinterested. We really don't know what we're going to get from him. And, You know, everybody's still wondering about the pink substance and what that
Pink
was
substance.
on the boat.
Yep.
Yes. Some people thinking it was pop rocks. Others saying it was Molly.
Mm-hmm.
We really don't know what it is, but I just did rewatch the video, and it appears to be drugs.
It could be drugs. The one thing I have going for him, he wasn't too worried about it being filmed the entire event. Now they hovered like it was drugs, you know, and he revealed it like it was drugs, like ooh, you know, and he kind of unraveled it. But for it to, for that, and then the girls got very excited, which they do around drugs on a boat.
Yeah, and he did say to them, "Don't take it all at once."
which you could also say with Pop Rocks at the same time. You don't want to take all the Pop Rocks at once either. You don't want to take anything all at once. So,
and with Pop Rocks, you don't want to take it all and drink soda, or it'll burn a hole in your stomach.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure. Speaking of burning holes in the stomach, let's go over to that defense. They were 30th last year, not good. Offense, they fumbled the most also, but they signed a lot of guys too. They signed my Eagle Milton Williams. That was the big signing.
Yeah.
Harold Landry at linebacker, Carlton Davis, Robert Spillane to help Christian Gonzalez and Jabril Peppers out. Free agents, usually two of them. If you sign 5 free agents, 2 or 3 are going to be busts. But that's it. You just see what sticks to the wall. Usually that's what happens with free agents. They're a little older, but it can do nothing but improve, especially with Mike Vrabel there.
Yeah, you think he brings a defensive mindset that can only improve from 30th.
Yeah. Right.
But what we're feeling is that some of those guys are nice, right? But behind that wall is behind these guys in terms of depth is nothing. No. Apparently there is nobody behind any of these starters.
Yes. All right. Now,
there's
do you
no
see that
depth on the team?
Now, will that be a problem as the season goes on? I would wonder.
Yeah, my understanding is injuries are common in the NFL, and when they occur, you got to have next man up.
Yeah.
I don't know who any of those men are going to be up next.
The key to that phrase is to have a man to come up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Next man up, you need a man behind those men to actually do step up. But the real good news with New England, besides Mike Vrabel, besides all the money they spent, besides Drake May looking very good towards the second half of the last year, is their schedule. It is the third easiest schedule. Let's bring it up here. Let me expand. Let me make us a little bigger here, real quick. So we look good. There we go.
All right.
And there we go.
Oh, if you remember on last year's program,
yep,
I predicted the Patriots to go 0-17.
You did 0-17, and they knocked that out week 1. But then they really, I think it's after that they're like, you know what, we shut Bill O'D up. Let's shut it down.
Yeah, they went 4-13. So it wasn't that far off.
No, you were not. Things looked very bleak last year for sure. But they did beat the Bengals week 1 and ruined everyone's survivor pool. So they have that going for them. You know, they won that opener. But this year they have the third easiest schedule. They start off, they're over under. This is crazy. Their over under this year is 8.5. Yeah. In Vegas last year, it was 4.5. You said they had 4, so the under did hit. That's a pretty big leap. That team, I think that's only I've looked since 2000. That's only happened like 13 times where they've set the line 4 wins higher than when they finished, and none of them went over that total. Just a thing about out there. Just saying that what that means is that the market is kind of pushing the hype is kind of pushing these Patriots to be good. But this schedule seems to work out. Plus 475 to win the East, 28 to 1 to win the AFC, 60 to 1 to win the Super Bowl if you want to burn some money. So let's say we start off with those Raiders in New England, where your brother once found love in a Burger King bathroom, if you will. That's an exciting opener. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's winnable. 2 teams with complete gut rehabs, makeovers. Yep. I think that's a fun one.
They're coming in with Geno Smith and Pete Carroll at coach. Pete Carroll, the old New England Patriot coach.
Yeah, a lot going on there.
Was Pete Carroll coaching when your brother was finding intimate relations?
You know what? I have to go back to the archives. I don't know if it was during the Pete Carroll era. I don't think it was. I think it was early in the Belichick era when that Love Act happened. But yeah.
Feach says Zoltan Mesko isn't walking through that door.
Yeah, I like Feach saying that because this iteration of the Patriots feels very much like that iteration of the Celtics, right? You've got this new coach. They've brought in some free agents. Their expectations are higher, like with Patino.
Yeah.
And I think at some point, Vrabel will implode and say, Scott Zolak's not walking through that door.
Yeah.
Hartley Dykes is not walking through that door.
Real quick, speaking of the glory Patriots, of course, who ran the NFL for a while in that dynasty. Did you see the Tom Brady statue that came up, and more importantly, his speech where he did try to a few roast jokes that bombed because he didn't have writers from his Netflix roast?
I only saw clips of it. It didn't look like it was going well, though.
No.
All I could think about was that face on that statue was so horsey looking. It just did not favor a man as handsome as him.
No, it did not. Let me show you. Let me play you a clip just since I have you here. I know we'll come right back to the schedule, but because you are a historian as well in Chicago, so you're also an expert in bombing, spectacular bombing. You used to revel in it. I'm not saying that as an insult. You love the bomb. You would intentionally.
No offense taken.
Yeah, you would intentionally bomb. So here's Tom Brady. Well. Here's Tom Brady bomb.
I'm also a little surprised because usually they don't build statues until you're really old, like Vrabel and Brewski. It's not every day you get a statue.
I'm not hearing anything.
At least not one like this. Seeing myself as a statue isn't something I could have imagined growing up. When I was drafted, I just hoped to make the team. I never dreamed I'd be standing here 2.5 decades later, made of bronze and frozen in time. It actually feels pretty appropriate given my 40-yard dash time.
Oh.
In all seriousness.
Good God. You do not hear that, Bill, you said?
I can't hear anything. No, I don't hear anything. No audio.
All right. Well, it's not.
It looks like he got caps on his teeth.
Yeah. He looks good. He looks good. We had Brady Novak in here during that when this happened, and he said he thought that was the statue for a while. It looks like it's just an example of Tom Brady, kind of like Tom Cruise. He's like an alien impersonating what a human is. He doesn't really know how to be a human. He hasn't been in society in probably 30 years, so he doesn't know what life is. And so he's just like he just does these what he thinks we are walking around the earth.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Anyway, I'll cut to that later. I'm sorry you couldn't hear that, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's get right back to the schedule. Let's say you win it. I tell you what, that's going to determine a lot between both those teams, who the Raiders are and who the Patriots are, what happens in that week one. I don't know if Pete Carroll even remembers coaching in New England.
Jesus, that's been 30 years ago, right? I can't believe Pete Carroll's coaching now. Who would give him that? To me, that's the same as when the White Sox gave La Russa the job again.
Well,
I mean, it's insane.
I wouldn't call it the La Russa job because La Russa was always that old prick that nobody likes. But I'd say, kind of like when the Grizzlies hired Hubie Brown when he was like 85, because Hubie Brown is much like Carroll. They're very old, but they still relate just because they tell, they just tell those motivational speech and stories, and everyone kind of relates to it. Although they're very, very old, and it's fair to question their cognizance and and their brains, much like our presidents. Yeah,
it's a questionable hire at best, and to me, it's very much like La Russa or Jack McKeon.
Jack McKeon. Hey, he won the World Series smoking his
cigars.
There you go.
Well, yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
All right, well, let's go. Next 3 games at Miami, home versus Steelers, home versus Carolina. Those are all, pretty questionable games. Miami looks like they're ready to fall apart already. The season hasn't even started. Steelers might be a tough one, but you got Aaron Rodgers coming up there to New England. Rodgers.
Juicy.
Yeah, and then Panthers. So 3 of the first 4 games at home. Not too shabby.
They could be sitting 4-0.
They really could be. And now that tough little stretch right here, 3 straight road games at Buffalo. Saints is a joke. And then at Tennessee, that's the big one. Week 7. So Buffalo's a loss. No matter how you write that. Saints, you can get a win. So let's just say let's go aggressive with you. You're 5-1, and then you got Vrabel returning to Tennessee. Now that's a revenge spot.
Yep.
Tough game because it's your 3rd straight road game, and historically NFL teams do not win that 3rd straight road game. But that'll be fun. The end zone boys will be going crazy. I say they either win Tennessee and then lose New Orleans looking ahead, or they lose to Tennessee. What do you think happens at Tennessee game, and how do you think Vrabel's going to be?
I don't know. How is Tennessee? Are they any good?
No, they're not. They're a bad team, and they have Cam Ward, so that's interesting. But we'll see. This schedule does really lighten up. Then you have the Browns at home. You have the Falcons, and there's not too many primetime games. I'm noticing a lot of straight 1:00 Eastern. Go to church, watch your Pats, and put the kids to bed.
This is the first time I'm looking at the schedule at a glance like this. And I've never seen an easier schedule. In the history of
this is
the
literally
National
the third easiest schedule in football according to the numbers.
Yeah, those 17 teams combined 20 wins last year.
Yes, outside of the Bills, you don't play a legit playoff team until week 10 here at Tampa Bay.
They're legit.
Well, I mean, they've won a division 4 straight times, so
sure.
Baker's been doing it, and then of course you got the Bengals. So Tennessee, then you got Cleveland in New England. What a nice ugly game there. Maybe you'll get Shador at that point. Who knows? Falcons at home. You get that Michael Penix.
They never lose to the Falcons, so that's
true.
Ever since we beat them in that Super Bowl, they never lose to the Falcons.
Well, it's funny how much they bring up 28-3, and it's not only do they bring it up, it's become a national joke where everyone just rubs that in Atlanta's face that they were up 28-3 in the Super Bowl and lost.
It's unreal. Okay, so let me cut to the chase here. I see them going.
Now remember last year you said 0-17.
0-17. This year I'm going to say 15-2.
15-2.
Well, look at this schedule. That's what I say. 15-2.
Who are the two
Take the
losses?
under on that. Take the under. What?
So look for some holdovers of 8.5. Who are the 2 loses here? They win at Cincinnati?
Yep, win at Cincinnati. They beat them last year. They got their number. Win at Tampa Bay. They lose to Buffalo twice.
Now that Giants game.
Can't beat Buffalo.
You can't beat Buffalo. They just don't beat Buffalo. It's just not a thing.
Not anymore.
Miami last week, if you do need that, is a nice spot there with Tua in the cold week 18. If Tua is alive, of course, by week 18.
Yeah.
Giants,
that's not being broadcast, apparently. It does not have any kind of broadcast.
You could probably catch that on Tubi. That's what that stands for. The TBI. that stands for the streaming app Tubi. Buffalo. The Giants Monday night game or Sunday night game, whatever that is. That's a weird rivalry, the Pats-Giants rivalry. They're not in the same conference, but they played, obviously, in the Super Bowls against each other. Parcells and Belichick back and forth. Hell, the Patriots just signed Tommy DeVito today.
Yeah, breaking news.
Yeah,
Glad
right?
you mentioned that. Yeah, breaking news on that. Tommy D.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
Tommy DeVito back now. He kind of got downgraded from the New York mob. Now he's got to hang out in Providence up there and with the New England mob there. But I like Tommy DeVito in that quarterback. He's just fun to have in the quarterback room,
Yeah. People are gonna listen. If it goes sideways for May, these New England fans, they don't have much patience. They're gonna be calling for him immediately.
If they're calling the same fans that like Vrabel blindly over Mayo are the same ones going to be calling for a Tommy DeVito. He can save us. Absolutely. Well, he got his agent there. Fantastic. All right, let me pull the schedule down. I got to finish it. People are calling for me to finish the Brady speech. I'm sorry your audio is not working for it. Let me just hear the one.
Am I the only one who can't hear it?
I think you are the only one that can't hear
I'm also a little surprised. Major
win.
win.
Get into it. All right, forget it. You know what? You're right. I won't do it. let me go back to us. All right. So there it was. So 15-2, says Bill O'Donnell. How about any individuals you like? Obviously, Trayvon Henderson. I have him at 20-1 to lead the division in rushing and touchdowns and yards. I think that's a nice, fun bet because, you're dealing with the Jets who have a lot of backs. You're dealing with the Bills who have Josh Allen, vultures, a lot of stuff. Drake May will run the ball a little bit. But other than that.
Here's who I want everybody to think about, to pay attention to. And if you have a fantasy team, get him now. He's available. He goes by the name of Efton Chisholm.
You're done? That's the name of his name, Efton Chisholm.
Efton Chisholm from Eastern Washington University.
Love Eastern Washington.
Cooper Kupp went. This guy's built in the mold of a Wes Welker. Or Danny Amendola.
And Edelman.
Julian Edelman. He's going to be a beloved figure there. I can tell you already, it's going to be the hottest thing. Efton, E-F-T-O-N.
Efton.
Chisholm. C-H-I-S-M.
I can see the Chisholm patch jerseys now. I love when those jerseys always outsell the other guys. The Welkers of the world. Give the ball to Welker.
Yeah, for some reason they like guys like Vrabel and Welker and Amendola and Edelman and
hard
Chisholm.
to figure out why. Absolutely hard to figure out why. Fantastic. Well, Deers, I'll let you go. Thank you. We'll keep our eye on Chisholm. You're on the over. I mean, how else do you think they finish the season? Do they go all the way though?
No.
They're
not going to get past Buffalo.
They lose first round. Lose to Buffalo 3 times.
They lose to Buffalo 3 times.
I love it.
Buffalo's got their number.
Well, Cincinnati Deers, anything you want to plug to the CJ fans out there? Go for it.
I'm currently doing a show with Mark Geary called Isn't That Special, where we review all comedy specials from the past 50 years.
Okay. I like this.
We're chipping away. We're in season 2 now. We got picked up for another season. We're recording season 2. And it's wherever you find a podcast, you'll find Isn't That Special.
Oh, that sounds great. So what do? You play it and then interrupt it and like go over kind of Mystery Science Theater style?
No.
We don't have the rights for any of that.
No, we watch it at home individually.
Yeah.
And then we come to the studio and we eventually get around to talking about it a little bit.
Oh, all right. That's great. You talk about what you liked and probably what you didn't like. What special have you done so far? Just give me one that stood out.
Today we recorded someone who I was not familiar with, but was very good. Joe Pera.
Joe Pera, yeah, he's got a unique style for sure.
Yes.
Joe Pera, yeah, for Joe Pera.
We did him today. That won't be out until next year, but we recorded it today. So
all right.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. Isn't That Special with the great Mark Geary, owner of the Lincoln Lodge, longest running independent comedy theater in the country, in Chicago. All right. Well, good luck to your Pats and your Cincinnati Deers this season, and thanks for joining, buddy.
Thank you for having me again.
Yes, go Pats. There it is. Bill O'Donnell, everybody. All right. Let's take a quick break here. And that was the great Bill O'Donnell talking about New England. He likes the Patriots to go 15-2, a little aggressive. But I can see it with that schedule almost. It doesn't really. But first, let me talk to you about my bookie. My bookie. We're brought to you by bookie.ag. It's your place to bet on football, everything else. Your home, NFL, college football. My bookie's $100,000 NFL Super Contest. Only a $15 entry. They're offering to buy 2 entries, get 1 free. I'm going to have to do that before my account goes empty, betting on horses at Saratoga. My bookie accepts customers with a ton of locations, easy deposit, lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN, got 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you. Rhythm's gonna bet you. With props. The NFL is back on rhythm. Last season, rhythm was 66 against the spread, and 22-19 on over-unders. They crushed player props on Josh Allen, Bakers, Tyreek Hills. They, of course, have it for every other sports, but come on, it's NFL season. Go to the site today. Start building your own NFL model, just like Weird Science for week 1. Get your 7-day free trial today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And with that, we are coming back into the studio with my new guest, Ryan Kramer. We're going to hop right into it. Kramer, buddy, what's up? How you doing?
I'm on the queer side.
Yeah, I was just going to say. This is
a little weird over here. I'm facing to the left.
For those who don't know, any degenerates who might be tuning in who have no idea who you are.
Oh, well, hello.
Yeah, this is Ryan Kramer of the Sports Gambling Podcast, which is actually recorded right here in the studio, if I'm not mistaken. Also seen in on VSiNs on Friday night.
Ooh.
Now you are normally in this chair. This is your first time in the box. Welcome.
First time in the box. Yeah. First time on the right side.
Yeah, you're on the right side. You're always on this side. Obviously, people always yell at me. My Philly fan yells, "Why the fuck do you have Giant stuff behind you and everything?"
I can see how that would be annoying.
Yeah, that could be annoying. So sometimes I would move it around, but then I'd forget to move it back. I don't like the things. You did spice it up a little bit with the Italian.
Yeah, I gave you an out.
Right, and there's actually different colors. Sean's over there though, the green one. Let me see what camera is that one?
2.
Bang.
There.
That's camera 2. I mean, that is just pure Kelly green.
It's also turned into actually a locker.
Yeah,
it's just.
I know.
There's no attempt to make it look nice.
It's a locker, and yeah, he chooses his different jersey for which show he's going to guest on or whatever. But look at you. So you've never sat on that side before?
I've never sat on this side before. Actually, that's not true. I might have done.
Well, you did pre-show notes. I mean, on the air.
No, I've never. Show. No. I might have done the college experience once. Maybe one time.
Right. If there's an extra mic, would I have to?
Yeah, I think he might have had me on for a hokey preview. He didn't like it, so hasn't had me on since.
Well, it doesn't look bad wide to contrast with.
Yeah.
It. Yeah. You know, and you still got the Hokies above me there.
I got the, we look pretty good, CJ.
Yeah, we don't have not a bad duo here.
I heard 15-2 for the Patriots.
15-2 is a bit aggressive. Now last year
he predicted a different Patriot team.
Last year he predicted 0-17. And they came close.
Okay, so he's just
he flipped it over.
A little bipolar.
He's definitely bipolar, for sure. That schedule is easier than I remembered. When we went over season previews, team previews beforehand, I was like, because I'm still in the under 8.5 for the Pats, but look at that schedule. I mean, it is light. They play like 4 playoff teams tops.
It's light, assuming they're any good.
Right. That's true.
They're one of these teams that people are they don't have a ton of depth on either side of the ball. The offensive line might not be good. The defense.
He did bring up the depth as a problem.
Yeah,
and Will Campbell having tiny arms could be a difficult issue.
I mean that he could very well be the bust of this draft. I mean, they took a tackle because they had to take a tackle.
Right.
And let me tell you, as a Giants fan, that doesn't work. Evan Neal, not a tackle. Took the tackle, wasn't a tackle.
Who's the guy they just cut? Bruce, or he was their first round pick like 3 years ago. The one of the clip where Belichick drafted him.
Oh,
last
Cole
year.
Strange.
Yeah,
where
Strange.
McVay
was dying laughing
at him.
Right.
It's up there with the Mike Zimmer laughing about Jalen Reagor going before Justin Jefferson.
Entire room laughter. Nothing like mocking laughter because that is real time. But I'm bringing you here, Giants. I explained it earlier to the audience. I was going to bring my Uncle Kevin. That was one possibility as a Giant fan.
What happened, Uncle Kev?
He's still there, and he's reasonably positive about this year's Giants. I'm excited for him that they got Scadaboo and Dart. That's what he needed in like his line of the world, if you will, to restore faith. But
Philly and New York getting their spicy white guys.
Getting spicy whites. He needed that to come back. The Giants needed something to bring their fans back. Not like I said, I do the annual call on his birthday. He wasn't there. He calls me back the next day. I missed it, and that's when we both decide. All right, you know what? We'll just do it next year.
Yeah.
That's it.
I have
Come
those
football
same
reason. Yeah,
I have those same
I
relationships.
certainly wasn't going to hook him up to one of these things, but after that,
Yeah, you need a real live like drop or something.
yeah, of course. I was going to figure it out, but I'm like, if I can't even get this regular phone call,
No,
together.
you know.
And then there was Steph Smalls. We were just all out there in Vegas
Wow.
last weekend. We both have tough, busy schedules, even though we work table by table on Radio Row.
Literally right next.
Yeah, but then right afterwards, we were at the bar. I think it was me, her, Bowser, and then we were talking to a man who was very high up in CBS.
Okay.
Not CBS Sports, but CBS in general. So he comes over probably because of Smalls. You know, about
Not because of Bowser.
well,
Are you
Bowser,
sure?
Bowser opened the gate. Bowser's your first down back for sure.
Yeah.
Like he'll make the contact, you know. and then he comes over and he's great. He's talking.
Kamikaze.
Yeah, absolutely. He's great. He's talking, and then so I could watch the CBS guy. I couldn't tell who was crazier, Smalls or Bowser. Smalls is, you know, she's on fire. She's talking about how Helen Keller's not real.
What?
I know, which I'm all for. I'm all for a conspiracy theory. And I know you are.
That's not what I'm familiar with.
Neither am I. I'm going to have to leave it to Smalls. We actually came up with a segment about it, but then he just slowly just walked away. It was just it was amazing. You're gonna be at the rooftop bar. I mean, it was after like a good half hour.
I don't think that's the first time that Bowser's had someone just slowly walk away from him.
Absolutely. Bowser blew him away. I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's just get in studio and let's get the giant man himself, Kramer.
Okay.
Especially since I know, and I know I've even told you about it today because you need no prep work when it comes to these New York Giants. You can bare knuckle this. You blind. You brought some paper tickets.
If you're watching, I was just sorting out all my Giants.
Let's lock in on the Giants tickets.
Well, I have the NFL pile, and I was just taking the Giants tickets out of the NFL pile.
And now is that going to be a separate pouch for the Giants pouch?
We'll see. I've toyed around with having the Giants stuff completely isolated. I've also toyed around with just putting it in the same spot it should be, which is like I sort it by category. So I have like statistical leaders are all together, awards are all together, etc. And so I think I'm going to end up just leaving them in there because it went from being a just in case plethora of bets to no, now it's real.
Yeah.
Other people are talking about it too. It's real.
Also, you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket though, too. And what if there's, God forbid, another fire in this beautiful city of Los Angeles? And you maybe have the Giant tickets in a lockbox or something like that, and the underneath, you know, separated from.
I actually have looked into private. So it's bullshit that all safe deposit boxes are at banks.
Yes, I agree with that.
And so I have looked for at some of the private options in that regard. I'm not quite at that level.
Right. A lot of people swear by that for sure.
But I will say I do carry. The tickets are safe because they are, of course, using my ID. Which, if you don't know, it's not like you can just go and print another, but they will cash you out if you win.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's how. Basically, what happens is you put a lock on all the like they can't cash it in without
because
your
it's
ticket,
your numbers.
but you let them know you lost it. They lock all the tickets so no one can cash them in.
And
so then you just have a record of the bets and. Fortunately, I haven't had to do that, but
it's like someone tried to cash. So if someone found your ticket and tried to cash it in, would alarms go off? Like someone's trying to spend stolen money?
Yeah, I think it
like
would. I think it would.
Dollars?
They would be alerted that someone was
someone's got a Scatterboo rookie. Someone's got a Scatterboo rookie of the year here, and I'm telling you, he does not have that.
That
sharp
is one
vision.
of those tickets. But I do wonder because the first time you can probably just be like, oh, I forgot my card.
Sure.
But then, you know, if you start getting angry and trying like yelling at them, like you're making a scene. I do have a Scatterboo 90-1.
90-1.
Which was because of you and speed betting. If you recall,
I do recall that.
One of the controversial speed betting sessions on VSiN where we found out there was a aggressive limit at the kiosk.
To be honest with you, I think the kiosk should be eliminated altogether to speed betting.
We have.
Well, I mean, what are we talking about? I want to deal with lines. I want to deal with tellers. Let's get some more moving parts going on here.
I think we should. I think we should do like a artisanal speed betting
I don't like you
edition.
having to find the bet on the code. That was a thing too. When Sean bitched about the Lady Yukon ticket because she couldn't find the women's future.
That was so great that you won. That was a perfect future to end up winning.
That was amazing, and that became an entire journey. Got me a 2-night stay at Circuit Casino.
I mean, fabulous. Part of the 20 to 20 million.
Yeah. So I did give you that Scatterboo, and that's when we realized the payout was so large, you could only go like $10.
Yeah. So I the ticket I had, I didn't pull out the second of the tickets. I actually I realized I'm not as organized. The season's close. I need to get organized. But the ticket I have right here is just a $10 ticket to win 900.
$10 900 because you had to keep it under 1,000.
I had to keep it under 1,000. So
what's this number at now, Scatterboo? Do you
at circa, I do not know. We were just talking about it. And I think it's like 60 to 1.
Wow. Speaking of which, the last speed betting, which we did last week in Las Vegas, live in the VSiN studio, I gave you Jackson Dart Rookie of the Year, and it was 60 to 1 when I looked it up on the sheet there.
That was crazy.
That day. Another controversial thing because the market was off the table, and now he's 20 to 1. God damn it!
I know.
I mean,
it happens fast, but also
for sure,
as fun as it would be to root for that,
right?
I'm not actually going to be rooting for that.
No.
So, it was a good number.
It was a great number.
Probably should have grabbed the number as someone who likes to grab a number.
Right.
That's on me.
I'm mad I don't have it for sure. Let me see. Look real quick. Offensive rookie of the year. I'm looking at it right now. Jackson Dart 20 to 1. Good God.
Is that at the green book?
I still recommend. Yeah, I'm looking at draft. This is at DraftKings. I still like that 20 to 1. I don't care. I mean, they give it to a quarterback.
Well, we like Tyler Shuck at that price,
right?
Early in the process, because we're like, oh, it's a starting quarterback. Now he's not a starting quarterback, but I do think
Tyler Shuck is now 35 to 1, which is hilarious.
Which is funny to go backwards,
right?
But he and just in general, quarterbacks are so obviously
50 to 1
choice.
By the way,
oh, nice, he's down to 50. So I it's a weird year for that because I don't think Cam Ward is going to be overly impressive.
No, and. Obviously we don't wish injury upon anyone, but that's probably the only way he does not play all the games this year. I doubt they bench. I doubt they bench him, even if he does perform poorly, unless he does Bryce Young type stuff, where the whole locker room is like, are we going to do something? We're going to put our lives on the line out week for this asshole.
He gets benched for a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden the starter gets into a car accident.
The brakes are pulled. Speaking of which, R.I.P. to Tommy DeVito, who was released by your New York Giants and picked up by New England. He moved up to Providence. Oh, hold on now.
I am wearing. It's actually go back to the other shot's gonna be. I am wearing the Dago Dime shirt, which you can get in the merch store, 25% off right now.
Promo code football.
He was the best guy around.
It still works.
What murder?
It still works for Patriots fans. This is not a Giant shirt.
Dago Dimes is an eternal shirt. You're right. There is no Giant logos in there. That was the beauty of that shirt.
It's all Italian. Just Italian.
All right, let's get into these Giants real quickly. Actually, I should probably do an ad read. I realized that got away from me. This way,
one that got away. Dart's still 35 to 1 out at the Circa.
Really?
BTW.
I mean, real quick.
Now I might need to get a ticket.
I mean, how do we not get a ticket on this?
We got to get a ticket.
So what we're saying. So Cam Ward, Shuck. I just put a nice Travis Hunter ticket, but let's just talk quarterbacks, and that's it. And then you have Dart. Shador's obviously the shine is faded on Shador.
Oh God, is it?
I mean, at what point you just simplify things like, listen, Jackson Dart's the goddamn guy. It just looks good throwing out of his hands. Like, what do we? I'm not saying play week 1 at Washington, but like this, as very early as October, he can be Drake. If Jaden Daniels doesn't have that year, Drake May is in the mix, playing only 10 games.
Do you remember how long they waited to yank Peterman or whoever it was with Josh Allen?
Right.
They weren't going to start him right away. Right. It happened quite quickly. I think the difference is Russ opens against the Commanders, a team that he has shredded. I think it might take a little bit, but who's winning that award this year? It's a weird year. I don't, you got a couple of receivers, but you don't really, is Tet McMillan really going to get the volume in that Panthers?
Tet McMillan 16 to 1, Trayvon Henderson 12 to 1. I mean,
I don't want either of them.
I don't want either of them either. Like I said, I played a little Travis Hunter. Parlayed it obviously to juice it up there. Made a Rosenberg out of state calls for that one. I think there's a chance if Travis Hunter pulls the Shohei thing, writers are going to give him something. just that kind of thing. Almost, I mean, hell, it was almost worth an MVP ticket at 300-1. My Raider guy said that just because they get, they get so impressed by something like that. That's the narrative they go with.
Yeah.
So I can see Travis Hunter on that. But you're right, Gentry, who wants that price?
It's just a weird year because you don't have an obvious quarterback. And obviously, one of the quarterbacks does something.
I think it is obvious, and I think it's Jackson Dart obvious. I mean, it's you look at the TV;
playing.
it's so obvious. Though he's going to play.
It looks good, but it was the preseason.
It looks incredible. That's what he does. Is look.
I'm not getting too optimistic.
Well, I'm getting optimistic about underdog. That's almost a Sean Green transition right there. Let me find there we go, the bottom line bomb shot underdog. Best Ball Mania is happening. I have to get more Best Ball Mania entries in there. I realize that. I mean, I'll pop a few like before going to bed, fading away, but I'm like it's getting go time. I mean, the season's coming up. I need to empty account.
Yeah, at least one or two.
Right, at least one or more two. $50 million in prizes, $2 million in first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football. They got a brand new offer for new customers. Play $5, get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with my code BOMBS. Of course, the Circa Million Survivor contest. That's what the $20 into $20 million is all about. The world's greatest sportsbook at Circa Las Vegas is hosting the biggest pro football contest, Million Survivor and the Grandissimo, which there's still time to get into. I know Kramer and his fan base are trying to get enough money for one of those entries, not the max entry, but at least one 100K entry. I think you guys can still do it. $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Sign up in Nevada. Play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use promo code SGP. Get $50 off your proxy fees. Contest closes on Saturday, 9/6, right after the Brazil game. So get in now. And we're back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, CJ Sullivan, the bet detective, the laddie daddy man in the box with Ryan Kramer. Ryan, real money Kramer. I'm sorry. Rarely do I bring in someone else with a tout nickname on me. I forgot immediately, but I don't like that. I don't know if you're real money. You are real money Kramer on this show.
You could go with real digital horseman Kramer too. That's been kicking around the internet.
I like how you picking up the horse terminology through digital horse things. Like I would give you real horse tips, and you're like, "Oh, what's that mean? He's coming back from an injury a little early there." And I picked that up.
Well,
I picked that up on my.
The IRL horse racing is very similar to my digital game.
Look at that ticket.
Slide into my DM if you're interested.
Speaking of slide, now what are you? I look like you're playing a hand of war there or something. You have half the deck in your hand.
This is one of those where I got all the sets ready to lay down, but I'm completely throwing the kids off. Sometimes I'll do is I'll hide a bunch of the cards and make it look like I only have I was a dirty card player when the kids were young.
But then comes your knock rummy hand and you have non-stop.
Well, yeah, once in a while you get caught and that's tough.
As an East Coast, we're both East Coast. You're from North Jersey. I'm from South Jersey, actually. And we're taught if you're not cheating, you're not trying, especially in cards. And especially in cards, my mom always told me, you love and trust your mother, but always cut the fucking deck.
Yeah, always cut the deck.
I mean, this is cards. People are ruthless out there.
That's a running bit on the Veasan show. Sean never cuts the deck.
I don't understand that. I mean, I literally don't.
There's another thing that I learned. I think it's an East Coast thing, which is like every game had rules and etiquette around like ending your turn promptly.
Yes.
And if you didn't, you got your ass kicked. I love that. It was 100%. Like whether it was CeeLo, a dice game, or
make your play, make a decision, and go with it. We're not here to.
And the old folks didn't have patience for kids who were mucking around with the game.
All right, let's just try to sum up these Giants real quick. We don't have to go through last year. Obviously, Dable was 18-32-1 overall. They were 3-14. 1-8 in one score games, although that's a little misleading. One score game stat. They didn't really hold the lead in any of those.
It's a one score.
They are still one score. So
data is data.
Yeah. They lost Saquon and Xavier, but they paid Daniel Jones. That did not turn out to be a step. I don't mind them letting Saquon and Xavier go, but paying Jones turned out to be a bit of a mistake. Are they still paying him, or is he still somehow in the contract?
The real issue was there's dead money this year. and then they basically ate it all up front.
Okay.
So if there may be a small amount next year, I do not think there is. But the issue was, yeah, I mean, the franchise tag, like the whole game, completely breaks down because they decide they want to pay Daniel Jones.
I know, right? And that's what
if Saquon takes the deal. Which, by the way, what doesn't get reported a ton is the Giants offered him the deal that he turned down later from the Giants and essentially took from the Eagles later in free agency.
He was in the Zoom call, the running back.
He was in the Zoom call, and yeah, I mean, why are we talking about him?
It doesn't matter. We're talking about last year, real quick. Just summing up.
We didn't need that.
Feach says Pepper Johnson is not walking through that door, but I think someone better might be.
Well, I will say their linebacking core is the weak spot, but they did get the best player in the draft at number 3. Fortunately, thanks to Drew Lock and that win over the Colts at the end of the season, that when you got to see what the offense will look like with a competent quarterback.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So the offense, it is what it is. Tyrone Tracy and Scatterboo, who is healthy now. We're all Scatterboo fans. I'm excited. Malik Neighbors, of course, is a god. I'm a Wendell Robinson fan myself. The O-line is a problem, though. It needed fixed, and they didn't really put much into it. Tell me about the Giants.
I'll tell you why you should. Well, last year they were better. Like that's the thing. You go from being typically, if Andrew Thomas gets hurt, the entire season's over.
Yes.
They look like a dumpster fire. That wasn't the case last year. Illuminor on the right side, solid. They drafted Marcus Bowe, who looks like he could be the swing tackle of the future. Andrew Thomas is healthy. And then you just look at the guards. Once again, that wasn't the bad part of the team. And with Carmen Brasillo, nice Italian name, offensive line coach. This is now year 2. So they're now 2 years removed from Bobby Johnson. And you saw it in the preseason. They didn't give up a lot of pressures or sacks. I actually don't. I think for the first time in a long time, the offensive line will not be the problem this year.
Italian should have to be mandatory O-line coach Italian, or at least an assistant in there.
If you're on the East Coast, because you're a big guy, which means you got to have connections for food. And if you're not Italian, questionable. But yeah, I would say the offensive line. To me, the offense in general, it's just about the quarterback.
Yes.
I think for the first time in a while, the offensive line will be able to do what it needs to do. I think, especially if it's Russ, I think they'll be able to block that stuff up. And he was showing in practice preseason, like he's getting rid of the ball quickly. The deep ball's still there.
The moon ball's still there.
The Giants have 3 better quarterbacks than they had.
They really
last
did.
year.
No, the quarterback room is way beyond, of course, like you said, Locke, Jones, and DeVito last year. Now you got Wilson, Dart, Winston. There's a part of me that wants Winston to listen. I love how Winston is the 2 no matter what. I like how he's the 2 behind Russell. He's the 2 behind Dart. He's a permanent 2. Which I love for him
for 2 years. This is why you want to know how the media they don't cover shit well. They signed Jameis 2 years, basically $8 million.
Yeah.
People are talking about they're going to trade him. You're not going to trade him.
No.
He's your bridge backup quarterback.
Right. He was.
Not many teams have a bridge backup quarterback, but they talk about Jameis as like leading yoga sessions with Jackson Dart. Like
his clips are
and if
incredible.
you didn't see like the footage leading up to the draft, Jackson Dart, they had something where they were doing like they record every athlete saying the answer to like 5 questions.
Yeah.
One of the questions was, which legend would you want to train with? What quarterback from any time in the NFL?
any era,
like one guy.
Team,
so a lot of people are saying Joe Montana.
Sure, right, absolutely.
Jackson Dart said Jameis Winston.
Why not? I mean,
you can't make this shit up.
He's Jameis
It's
damn
scripted.
Winston.
Scripted. So honestly, the offense, if the offense is bad, it's because 2 paths to it being bad. 1, Malik Neighbors is banged up or hurt or something. He's not productive. 2, Russ is really bad still. I think Russ being really bad.
Now that's a possibility.
Yeah,
that's a high possibility.
Yeah, which
obviously.
I'm a little worried about.
Winston,
but he is going from Arthur Smith to Brian Dable.
That's true.
So I'm willing, and Brian Dable's
Sean Payton before that though.
Well, Sean Payton's a dick. Sean Payton's not a player's coach like Dable is.
100% about that.
Who is this guy?
I do want selfishly, and I want Winston, obviously Winston to bridge too. It's perfect. He's perfect there for the Giants. Wouldn't you love to see him down in New Orleans though, messing around with those weapons they have, just whipping that ball around there?
He should be started.
He should be a starting quarterback for the Saints.
Now that the Giants have him for 2 years as a backup, all of it. And you know why he wants it? Well, he wants to get into the media. So what better city to be the backup quarterback in than New York?
And he did that whole Super Bowl. He was shooting those videos.
He was a star.
He was an absolute star. I knew people that were down there because the Eagles were in the Super Bowl, so they were down there just during the week, and they're like, he's everywhere, and he's the mayor. He walks in the bar, he stands on it, and people just go crazy, and he's pouring out drinks for everyone.
He's replacing Gronk.
Dressed as a pirate, yes.
Fox is going to hire him to. I mean, he's perfect. Although honestly, he's more of a CBS hire. We're
more peacock,
edgy. This is right, CBS's edgy hire.
All right, let's get to the good part of those Giants as well. So the offense, you're right. Russell Wilson can break down the O-line. You're confident in.
I'm strangely confident in the O-line.
Speaking of the quarterback play, and you upgrade a nice stat. I'm sure you know they were tied with the Titans for allowing the most non-offensive touchdowns last year. 7 non-offensive touchdowds.
Well, Dan Jones
got pick sixes, basically.
Well, 2 in the first game. I mean, that just off to a hot start. So yeah, I mean, yeah,
clean that up a
great
bit.
Point. Daniel Jones isn't on the team anymore.
That's right. Absolutely. Now this defense, I've been scooping them up in fantasy, mainly from hearing you talk about them, but this D line is a problem. You have Abdul Carter, and the more I'm hearing about Abdul Carter, and I've seen some of the highlights, he was right to ask for LT's number. I think
Phil Sims should have given it to the
yes, or Sims, anyone, Phil McConkey, somebody, give this man a number because he might be better. He's a freak's freak. You know, I say he's a comics comic. He's a freak. You hear freaks like Malik Neighbors, Parsons, all the freaks. Like, wait till you see what this guy does.
Well, I think just seeing in the practice, I mean, limited reps, but the times that he did win, it's like you can watch a guy's entire career and he'll never win like that. And so, yeah, I mean, it's been a while since the Giants, because even in the heyday, they never really had none of the guys that they had with Strahan and OC and Tuck were like this.
No, they're just more your power.
They were all kind of like, they had their thing. Yeah, they were elite beasts, at the one thing.
Right, sure.
But Abdul Carter seems like he could be elite at all the things.
Yeah, he does everything.
And pass rushers always talk about how they had to learn how to play at the NFL level because the tackles are so much better. And it's like he's casually just working these guys. I mean, yeah, certainly helps. Now you have Tibbs as the third pass rusher.
Tibbs, you have Lawrence.
Sexy Dexy's still the best nose tackle in the game.
Is Brian Burns? I wouldn't say he was a bust last year, but he was.
I think Brian Burns is kind of who the reason there was the debate when the trade happened is Brian Burns probably not an all the way elite guy, but like right below that. And now again, he bumps into a situation now where between Dex, Carter, Burns, and Tibbs, like someone's getting a couple of those guys are getting singled up every time. And if I had to guess, the guy who is gonna probably have the better productive year, I think it might be Burns, because I think Carter's going to be the best guy in the line immediately, and he'll get the attention, and Burns will be like for the first time in a number of years not be getting double teamed all the time.
We gave him out as decoy 100-1 when we did the award show back in the day because the Spider-Man angle, the kids and the writers.
The Spider-Man angle is the best angle with Brian Burns. It's very weird. Like as someone who I get it's a little cringy to watch him do a Spider-Man. So I mean, you're a grown fucking man. You're doing Spider-Man, but I mean, imagine that for the awards thing. They would do the overlay. They'd have the webs coming out.
Hilarious. Because last year's defense actually wasn't a bad unit, aside from like lack of turnovers.
They were leading the league in sacks at one point, and we like it was something we had talked about before the year last year too. I think it was 100-1. Terrell Furman gave it out, and it's. They weren't even that, like, they're much better now. Now, unfortunately, the run defense will still be what kills this. The run defense and the second cornerback.
I was going to say, so who is that second? You got Abito, you have Drew Phillips. So
Drew Phillips is the slot guy. He's a dog. He's locked in. And I did see they claimed a couple defensive backs, including one of his teammates down from the Saints, and then I think a safety from the Ravens. But the number 2 is going to be Cordell Flat. Deontay Banks, former first rounder, seems to be a little bit of a bitch. Maybe doesn't have the heart. And Flott's one of these guys, practices like shit, but has showed up in games. I mean, you may, as an Eagles fan, he had a pretty good performance against AJ Brown.
Absolutely.
Which, again, he looks like absolute shit in practice. And so this year he's having his best camp. He's kind of won the job. People were surprised it was an open competition.
Yeah.
I think we're going to need to see it week in and week out, but if he's serviceable again, last year they had Banks playing the cornerback one, which is a problem. Anytime you needed it, there was a play against the Vikings week 1, Justin Jefferson slant, boom, easy. And so, that seems to be upgraded. The safeties are upgraded. They brought in Javon Holland from the Dolphins.
Now Javon Holland, he had a shaky year, but he shows flashes. Where you're like, oh, okay, this is who that guy. This is why people talk about him.
This is the scheme. This is where I have to listen to the film guys, right? He's much more of a scheme fit. There's going to be a lot of he's versatile,
yes,
and fast, and that's what they need the safeties to do. Newman and him kind of balance each other out. I'll be interested to see how the safeties, linebackers play, because I don't think any of those groups are like super elite.
No, they're not.
But if the line is what it is,
that's what it is.
Everything else falls into play. I mean,
which isn't the worst strategy. Make your D line, make the secondary better by getting to the damn quarterback in 2 seconds.
Generally, the secondary is as good as the
100% defensive,
like your Eagles.
Absolutely, no, they definitely go hand in hand.
Maybe some regression this year.
So, all right, overall, the Giants, what are their total still 5.5?
Ridiculous,
crazy. Let me toss this schedule up real quick.
Ridiculous.
Here. All right, let me get this one going. Oh, I got to do this camera. No,
you're good. You're good.
No, we wanted. I guess we'll do it like this, real quickly. Oh, this is the Patriots.
Boston Patriots.
Yeah, it's a nice little Boston Patriots. This is my ode to Colby and the slides.
Yeah, I like your work.
I didn't do any giant logo because the schedule is bigger.
Your game.
We all know we're winning Commanders week 1, so that's done. So we're already we're on our way to 5.5.
One of my tickets is I got a +7 over here. So.
Nice, sharp. Okay,
thank you.
I'll do I'll make you at home.
Thank you.
Accessories not supported. I'm not as good as Sean is at finding all these things.
Oh, I'm horrible at it.
There it is.
Just stare at it. Like, where the fuck is this thing?
So it's 5.5 win total, 151 Super Bowl, 5-1 playoff seems decent. But as you noticed, a lot of talk about the toughest schedule in the history of football.
Schedule's a myth, CJ.
They only play 4 teams that aren't in like the top 15. Schedule is a myth. Absolutely right.
Yeah, Micah Parsons is going to be half himself.
Mm-hmm.
The Commanders are the Commanders. The Chiefs now no Rashee Rice.
No Rashee Rice for 6 weeks.
Like Najee, one eye. I mean, I can keep going down the whole schedule.
Let's burn right through it there. Saints, Eagles.
So I
might be with you that they might split the Eagles just because it's so weird that 2 and 3 weeks.
My crusade against the league where they got to do this 2 and 3 weeks every time. It's the worst. That's tough though, because that Broncos game's on the road. So you
right. That's true.
If they're gonna get one, it's gonna have to be that first one.
Either way, I've switched my opinion. I'm over 5.5 because of basically what I've seen with Jackson Dart. Let's talk Week 17. Let's jump all the way ahead at Las Vegas.
Yeah,
2 days after Christmas. What is the game plan for the Ryan Kramer, the Kramer family, the SGPN family? I want to get Uncle Kevin out there. I want to circle. He said he wants to go on the overhead ride on Fremont Street.
Oh, really? He wants to do the
he's a Vietnam
zip line.
vet. He last time he went.
All right.
Last time he went, I was in there to zip line. He wanted to do it. He goes up to he goes, "Hey, I want to do this." He goes, "What's your social security number?" He goes, "What? Get out of it." He goes, "I wasn't doing that, kid." So he walked away, even though he wanted to do it. I'm sure
he's not giving away that information.
No, he's not giving away that information to a.
All right, so. I've already been in multiple conversations about a suite.
Yep.
Comically expensive.
Yes.
Especially if you break down the idea that these are a 6.5 and a 5.5 win total team. So
right, we're talking about Raiders Giants Week 17. Now I
think
guess
they wanted $30K.
I think the number one. I was just going through the schedule. Steelers might be the second highest. I think expensive, and like the Colts are the cheapest. Titans was actually reasonably high. It's just because it's crazy what their fans are. Yeah, it's insane.
So yeah, I mean,
what suite? How much do they want for a suite?
$30K for a suite with 12 seats and 4 bars like tickets.
4 maybe a seat.
So Yeah, I mean, the plan is to go to the game, bring the family out. The plan is still trying to find a way to get into a suite. I have some angles. We'll see.
It's Vegas. That's what it's all
talking
about.
to the Circa. But I mean, worst case, we just get some tickets.
How many Giant fans? East Coast are come out there thinking they can talk their way into something that weekend. That's gonna be a fantastic.
What worries me is it's Christmas weekend, so people are gonna make plans, and so there isn't gonna be like, I wonder what these prices feel fugazi.
They are fugazi, and traditionally it's a slow weekend on the holidays there.
Oh, it's a really slow weekend.
Right.
It's not a good Vegas weekend, so unless they're I mean, I think this is just classic preseason. Let's see what the tickets look like week 2, week 3. We got some time. I'm out in Vegas every week, so I'll be having conversation.
Get it out there.
Conversation or two.
Only suckers buy tickets when they first come out. You always wait closer. Concerts, game day.
Unless you're a season ticket holder.
Right, of course.
But yeah, we'll see. I'm a little worried that we're gonna have to pay a ridiculous amount of money to see a Raiders Giants game.
I'm in for it. I definitely want to. It's got to happen. It's a perfect weekend, especially if that's a Saturday standalone.
If they don't, it won't be a standalone because there's going to be
5 Saturday games.
Well, that maybe you're right. Maybe
they never stack Saturday games on top of each other.
You're right. It's confusing though because right now it looks like there's 6 games on Saturday, I think, or 5. But maybe you're right. Maybe it'll end up only being 3.
Yes. All right. So final prediction, Ryan Kramer. And I'll let you go. Stacking real money, Kramer. What do we got for the New York Giants? Right. Over 5. We're blasting over 5.
Over 5.5. We'll go with a 12-5 prediction.
Yes.
Malik Neighbors Malik Neighbors offensive player of the year 35-1.
Yes.
Malik Neighbors most receiving yards 13-1.
Yep.
Andrew Thomas protector of the year at 145-1. This is down to 40-1, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We already talked about Cam Scadaboo 90-1. I have a unsafe amount of money on Giants to make the playoffs plus 750 and plus 675.
Oh, that is sharp.
I have additionally a good amount of money on a 35-1 division ticket, which there's only 4 teams in the division. So
honestly, like there's a couple of those teams like that. I was like the Raiders, stuff like that. Like when there's 4 teams and anything above 20, I'm like, what are we talking about here?
And I have a just in case 200-1 for them to win the Super Bowl. I do think the hot take would be Giants have a shocking year, and Jackson Dart only plays 1 game. That's the take. Russ is back, baby. Russ is back.
Spoken like a true horse owner. Now you can see Ryan Kramer at Kramer Centric, of course. Sports Game Pockets. Digital horse owner, Kentucky Derby winner.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby.
Yes.
When you want to promote some of your digital horse.
Yeah, come watch. We're doing the show on Thursday this week.
Okay.
But yeah, just come watch Run for the Roses. It's on the main SGP YouTube channel.
All right.
So, and yeah, me and Bowser won $5,000.
Unbelievable.
In a single race, winning the virtual Kentucky Derby. So, and we've gotten to the point where we have so many horses.
Mm-hmm.
We have too many horses. So if you do want to check the game out, we'll essentially get you set up with some free horses. Start making babies. We'll hook you up.
Horses, babies.
And last thing, very soon, the digital horses are going to be bettable in a way where you can do not just win, play, show, but superfectas, pick 3s, pick 4s, daily doubles.
I love watching you in Vegas or whatever, anywhere, talking to some real horse people and or anywhere gamblers and try to sell the whole digital horse world to them. It's fun. It's kind of like snowboarders coming on skiers a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
I'm not good at it though, because I realize it's this weird crypto thing that most people
That's what
like,
it feels like.
Fuck off.
Right, yeah.
I'm not putting real money into this. And it's like, all right, cool. Like eventually you'll see the light. But if you want to come see the light and have Bowser help you, and you probably get a conversation with Bowser, which CJ knows can be a treat.
It's a lot when you get Bowser, you get the full car wash.
We get the full car wash.
That's actually a great idea. If we ever, when we have a big office, part of the car wash is just like a 30-minute conversation with Bowser.
Right.
Palette resetter.
That's when you'd be like, who is this guy?
Who is this guy? He's got like every meme ever produced on the
What does I
internet.
do for Colby?
He can knock us out with his memes. And I do. I have tons of memes. I'll just keep memeing them to death until they just surrender.
I love that
because
guy.
they just can't do it anymore. They don't have the
memes
memes
that I have. All right, Kramer, thanks for joining us here in the Bottom Line Bombs. We went long. See, Generates loved it.
I'm
seeing you here.
I'm sorry.
No, we're not going. When I say going long, I mean lunch is probably out there.
Yeah, lunch is out there.
And that's probably one of the reasons why I usually cap my show around an hour and a half. I'm like, well, lunch is out there.
Yeah, lunch is out there. Fair point.
Yeah. So, all right, go Giants. Go. I'm getting a dart ticket. I'm getting a dart rookie of the year ticket.
All right, I'll text
probably
you.
My most.
I'll text you on Friday.
If it's at 35 to 1.
I need to go in the this is just Giants tickets. Most people won't have that.
I gave you that separate pouch from the Trapper Keeper, and I think that should be your Giants.
You know what? I tried to fit it in here. It didn't fit though.
Did it break something?
No. Just it's not. It's just a little too big. So it's in the bag.
Okay.
Currently being used for some college tickets.
I was gonna say they don't have deposit boxes at the Circa, right? Like behind the cage. That's usually what it because they don't have poker there, so that's usually what poker players have or whatever. But I know you have a marker.
Well, of course.
Do you have a lot? You don't have a drop box.
No. Yeah, no, they don't. Unfortunately, they should though. That's
right.
I'm the highest status.
How does that not have one in there?
Should have a lock.
One of the biggest flexes I had one time. I was playing a $1,500 like whatever Bellagio tournament. I was late signing up, so I was at the main cage signing up, and I was behind Phil Ivey.
Oh.
And he is dropping off money for his box behind the cage at the Bellagio. Here, put this in here, put this in there. And then he walks away, and I go to sign up, and he turns around after 5 steps. Oh, like he forgot something. He forgot some change in his pocket. The change were 8 purple chips at $100K each. So he had $800,000 in purple chips. He forgot it was in his pocket. He goes, put that in there too.
Bad.
And he flipped it. It went across my face. Like he flipped it like quarter. I was like watching it in slow motion, watching these 8 purple pumpkins flying around. And then sure, Mr. Ivy. I know if I wanted to grab one or two, but then get absolutely
the security probably wouldn't like that.
I don't know if Bellagio or Phil would have laughed. Phil probably would have laughed. He would have he knows I'm not getting away with it. Ivy would have laughed like, hey, way to go, kid.
Dude, there's like legendary stories about him having insane amounts of money in like the commerce boxes.
Yeah. He just jams those boxes up. He was a kid in Atlantic City when he started. He was like 19 out there at 16, taking the bus and gambling for illegal out there.
Magic the Gathering, right? He was like some nerd card game player before poker.
You could tell he's one of those cool. You could tell one of these guys who became cool because of what he did. Now he's not as cool, but he's
somehow poker became cool, and he's like, oh, nice.
Negrano's the same way. He's not cool, but he acts. But he's got enough money where he can be cool.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
most of those guys are just Magic the Gathering.
Says a cool guy like me, the man in the box. No, that cool or not. All right, Kramer, thanks for joining us, and thank you for doing it. How do you rate your first time in the box here?
We'll say, just like the Giants offseason, a B+.
B+ still to be determined.
Check some boxes.
I'll take that. Check some boxes. No pun intended.
Room for improvement.
I know. I was working the camera. I mean, I got double soundboard here. Sean's, I don't know. I mean, and it's amazing. I don't understand why I don't have more guests on there. You don't have to do any work. It's great. You just like let them talk.
Like the Visa show.
Yeah.
The more guests we have, the easier the show
that's
is.
What are we talking about? Breaks, fabulous. And you got commercial breaks there.
Yeah.
The rest is me fucking talking insane like Alex Jones or something.
Yeah. You've had an epiphany. Nice.
I know. I love it.
Nice.
Maybe, I should bring more people in. All right. Go Giants. I don't. That's it. That'll do it for that. Ryan Kramer, everybody. You can.
I'll exit the box.
Yeah, just exit. Do a little walk off. You know. Here I'll lock in there. There we go. Now you can gracefully walk off the box. I'll lock in the camera because I have to enter the box and do my solo up and we'll wrap this up. Thank you everyone who did join us today in the chat room. Bill Cruz, Pete, Steve, everyone up there. There's too many of you guys to mention. Make sure you subscribe to everyone. Hit the thumbs up, more importantly, on the YouTube button. Tell your phone that you like my phone, however the hell it works on there. I had a bonus show yesterday from Las Vegas, the Raiders with George Carmona from the Veterans Minimum. And we had another bonus episode Friday So stay tuned for that. The Lions and Ravens previews with Dad Boner himself, Mike Burns, and Sean Cole. They're on at the same time. We do a versus thing. I'll tell you right now, the show got a little off the rails. It's amazing. It is an amazing show. That's why I saved it for a Friday. It'll be a great Friday. As far as the box, the only thing, you know what? I think I talked Cracker Barrel. Let's wrap up with that Jay Cutler story and let's get the hell out of here. As Jay Cutler was arrested yesterday. Oh, no, he wasn't. He was already arrested. He's going to jail. He had a DUI. He hit a guy, offered him $2,000 to not call the cops. Guy said, "Fuck you, Jay Cutler. I'm doing paperwork on this." And it's probably more than $2,000. Calls the cops. So Cutler's now going to jail for 4 days or so. I only mention this because it makes me want to bring up my favorite Jay Cutler story. I lived in Chicago forever, and I was there during Jay Cutler's era with the Bears. And his stories were legendary. One of my favorite quarterbacks, the Mr. Indifference himself, obviously. And you'd be like, oh, maybe it's just the way he looks on his face. No, that's how he was. He's exactly how he appears. Jay Cutler. One time at the Hunt Club, which was in Viagra Triangle in the Chicago area. It's kind of an upper scale sports bar. It was weird. People would hang out there. It was a social scene, but it was also sporty. A lot of athletes would be there. And one time in the bathroom, Jay Cutler, legend story, Jay Cutler's in the bathroom at the urinal, a little drunk. Guy comes up next to him, side by side, urinal partners. He's like, "Oh, Jay Cutler, big fan. You know what? I went to Vanderbilt too at the same time you went to Vanderbilt." And as he's saying this, Cutler, while relieving himself in the urinal, puts his head all the way back through his throat like this and goes, "Don't care." And it was one of the funniest things you ever hear. And the guy's just like, "Oh, all right. Okay. Is there any reason why you said that?"
Why? Because fuck them. That's why.
And that's Jay Cutler. So good luck, Jay Cutler, smoking Jay Cutler in jail. And hope you get out of there soon. I'm rooting for you. I always have been. Anyway. All right. That's going to do it for today's show. Thank you for my guests, Bill O'Donnell, Ryan Kramer, who was bringing nothing but heat, giant heat. Fantastic. Yeah, that's going to do it. So now let's Lou Holtz take us away and we will go.
I'm Lou Holtz, and you're listening to the Man and the Box and the Bottom Line bombast. Good luck to you.